Hello fellow book nerds, this is Gabby and today I'm giving you 5 reasons why you should read Infinity Chords. So, this is a new series or just series of videos. I don't know if it's gonna be a big series, but I feel like I say it's a new series every time and really it's just like a video concept where I'm gonna be giving you 5 reasons why I think you should read certain book. Now, this doesn't always mean that it's like 5 reasons why I love this book so much or this is always a 5-star that I'm recommending. More like these are 5 unique things I think there are about this book, and if you really like those things, you'll probably like this book. So it might be a strong protagonist, it might be a good sci-fi setting, it might be anything you can think of, but it's a reason that I think to read this book if it's a book you like. Like I said, usually I will probably like the book, but I don't have to. It's just to give you an idea of what you might like, because we're all readers that enjoy different things. So the first book I'm going to be doing in today's video is The Infinity Chords by Akemi Dawn Bowman. So firstly, let me just tell you a little bit about the book in general. So this is by the author of 3 other quite popular books, but all in the contemporary genre. So I don't know if you know Starfish. I haven't read any of her contemporary works, but I know her works are quite acclaimed. This is her first ever sci-fi / fantasy. It's a bit of a mix in genres. So in this book we follow I think a 17-year-old Nami, or maybe 18-year-old Nami, who unfortunately is on her way to a party and there's an incident which results in her untimely death. After the accident, she wakes up and she is in this weirdly perfect place, and there's someone telling her, hey, take this pill and you will finally be free of pain and go to paradise. She refuses the pill because she feels like something is wrong, and that's when we find out that this world, which is called the Infinity, used to be the Passover place for humans. It's been corrupted by this artificial intelligence called Ophelia, and Ophelia is actually kind of like Alexa, if you know Amazon or Alexa. She's kind of like Alexa on steroids, so she's in watches, phones, and she's like a digital assistant that can get you pretty much anything else on Earth. But turns out that she hacked into Infinity, which is the beyond for humans. She hacked into it and she has taken control and taken over. And she created these 4 realms: death, victory, war, something else. 4 courts that are ruled by these 4 princes of whatever realm they're of. In Ophelia's world, humans don't have much purpose. The pill that people wanted Nami to take actually makes you completely lose consciousness, and you're just basically a robot going about your day thinking you're in perfect world, but really you're just servant to all of these AIs. And that's when Nami finds out that there is this underground resistance that's trying to take control back of Infinity and give it back to humans and get rid of AIs once and for all. That's the basic synopsis. I literally just finished this book. I mean, by the time you're watching it, no, but by the time I'm filming it, I literally finished it this morning. I really enjoyed it, but here are 5 reasons why I think you should read it. So my first reason is the main character. So Nami is a really good protagonist, I think. She's very relatable. She's thrust into this rebellion from being a normal teenager to being a rebel trying to overcome the tyrannical rule of an AI. And she really does feel like a real person that was just what the hell? What am I supposed to do? How do I deal with this? I don't want to do this. I'm not superhero, whatever. They're actually called heroes, people who who have their consciousness and fight back. And she's like, I'm no hero. I'm not some dystopian novel protagonist. I'm just a girl that's really confused about what's happening. And I just really love Nami because she has so much humanity and so much empathy and sympathy, even for the AIs. And it's a really big arc and story about how she doesn't really want to hurt anyone. She just wants everyone to get along, but she just wants a better afterlife for everyone, and especially her little sister, who eventually will join them in Infinity. And I think just the strength of character that Nami has is absolutely wonderful. I think how she fits into this world is really interesting. If you like an empathetic character who feels very real and relatable, I think it's definitely her. I mean, we love reading about badasses, but really, would we be such a badass if we were thrust into a situation like that? Probably not. Probably would be Nami, just like super confused and like don't really want to hurt anyone. Like, I'm not a healing machine, just leave me alone. So I really enjoyed Nami as a character. I think she really fit and served the story very well, and she was super relatable. I'm pretty sure she was implied to be a Japanese ethnicity because of her name, and also just like some cultural markers while we're with her family. So it's never really stated overtly though, but it's still really cool to see an Asian protagonist, even if it's not explicitly a plot point in the story. It was just still really cool to follow her along. Reason number 2, The World. So the world of Infinity Courts is just exquisite. Like I said, it's a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of fantasy, but it does definitely have that futuristic cyberpunk aesthetic, at least to an extent. I don't read much of that, so maybe for me it was a bit more impressive than if someone was like really deep into the cyberpunk genre, because it's definitely not like cyberpunk genre, but it's just like the aesthetic. At least that's what I imagined the world to look like. Maybe someone else would imagine something else, but I think there was something very cool about it. I just thought it was super interesting how it was like an AI assistant, basically an Alexa taking over. I think that was super interesting, and thinking about how people treat her, and then why would she want to rebel, and the structure of Infinity itself. It was really fascinating, even when they discussed it before the AIs got there and after the AI got there. Just as you keep reading, there's just these layers you keep peeling back. I feel like at first you don't really know what this world is about, but you're just as confused as Nami is, and then slowly you go and you discover and learn more about the world, and it's all like very layered, very complex, and I really enjoyed that. I think it was really well executed, and if you enjoy that kind of good world building outside of just high fantasy, I think you enjoy this world. Number 3 to read Infinity Courts is the spy games. So actually, Nami ends up having to become a little bit of a spy because she has a special power that no one else really has, and she becomes a spy in the Court of Victory, which is one of the courts, and it definitely do get a bit of spying. I'm not gonna lie, it's not like the biggest part of the story. Although it's constantly like being referenced and talked about, it's not really like she does the spying that much. So if you like intricate spy stories, maybe not this one. But there is a little bit of that court intrigue, that spying, and like trying to blend in with a completely different, like your enemy, and you have to mingle with the enemy and pretend you're on their side. You know, it's just really well executed. I think it was in small doses, but I did enjoy it, and it was a big plot point. And just seeing Nami trying to get ready and her perspective on it, I feel like with spy stories like these, you get to see the other side, the enemy. You like to get to meet them as an actual people because you get to meet individuals. So I really did enjoy that, and I think if you like a little bit of that court intrigue, just a little bit, then this one's for you. Number 4, the philosophical conundrums. So this one's definitely a big part of the book. This is not just like a little, no, this is a big part of the book, really the central focus of it. And when you read the acknowledgements and author's note, in essence, she said that it was kind of a result of her gone through some health troubles, and that really inspired her to think about mortality and afterlife and that kind of thing. So it's definitely reflected in this book. I think mortality is a really big factor, but just human nature, what's good, what's evil, who deserves forgiveness, who deserves to live. Is violence taught, or is it inherent? If someone cannot create and they can only mimic, what does that say about people they mimic if they do bad things? If you read the book, this will make all sense. If you didn't, maybe not. But it's a lot of philosophical questions, and to an extent answers. You really do go with Nami through this journey of trying to figure out what's happening. How can she get out of this situation alive? How can she get out of this situation with her soul intact and with her conscience clear? There's definitely sides of this conflict that you get to know better and get to understand because of how inquisitive Nami is. And she's not just like, oh, you're bad because you're on my other, like, you're not like me so you're bad. She's not that kind of person. She really does try to make the effort to get to know individual stories, and she really doesn't like take what's given to her for granted chords. Overall, there's a lot of philosophical questions and conversations in this book, so that's something you enjoy, especially when it comes to morality and mortality. Number 5, last but definitely not least, number 5 is Handsome Prince. Okay, hear me out. Okay, I love a handsome bad boy prince, or maybe not even a bad boy. I love that on any good day. But this one, girl, when I finished the book, I was like, wow, there's so much to this character that I didn't expect, and you're just gonna be mind blown. So I could have put like Twisty in on this list, but no, let's just talk about the prince. So like I said, Nami ends up going to court, and she has to like infiltrate the court, and one of the people that she really bonds with is Prince Salian, I think his name is, and he is Prince of Victory. And boy oh boy, did I like his character from the moment he was introduced. I was just like, what's this one about? And then just the farther we went, the more confused I felt, and then it just like exploded in my face, and I was like, and then it just all kind of makes sense, and I cannot wait for the sequel just to see how this develops. And if you read the book, I feel like you know that I'm not just putting here because he's handsome. There's so much more to him, but I just thought this really enveloped my thoughts on this. So, you know, he's an enemy prince, and can we trust him? Can we not trust him? It's a whole thing. I'm not gonna get into it because I don't want to spoil anything, but so those were my 5 reasons to read Infinity Chords. I really hope I convinced you, or maybe I didn't. Maybe you're like, yeah, this doesn't sound like it's for me at all. One way or another, I would really love to hear what you thought about the video. If you like the concept, if you hate the concept, let me know. I don't know, it's just a fun video. And let me know if you read Infinity Chords. Did I convince you to read Infinity Chords? Yes, no. And if you do end up reading it because of me, let me know what you think, even if it's like DMing me somewhere, not even in comments, but that would be super cool. Otherwise, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. It really helps me out. But that's it for me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!